Like sex for a lot of people is a requirement, like a physical, biological requirement. Like your body is constantly producing sperm. You need sex. If you spend time not having sex, you spend a month, 2 months, 3 months, you get fucking desperate.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys wind up just shacking up with some gal just because they know they could have sex with her. And meanwhile, they don't even like each other and they hate each other. And it winds up being a terrible, dysfunctional relationship, but she's basically your drug dealer. That drug is pussy.
Wow.
She's dealing out that pussy for you. And you just got to have this weird, creepy, dysfunctional relationship with her. One thing that pornography does that's good, and I'm not saying all pornography, but just regular pornography, like two guys, that are just living their lives.
Where, like in Chicago?
I mean, anywhere. But I'm saying, like, I'm giving you two separate scenarios.
Okay.
Like two guys that are living their lives. One guy says, I can't take this anymore. I got to get a girl. I got to get any girl. And he winds up with this girl that turns out to be a nightmare, and she's a disaster.
The devil.
And it just doesn't work out, and he's just doing it because he needs sex. And the other guy goes and says, you know what? I'm just going to watch a little porn, and I'll beat off. I'll just look at that girl, those big titties.
Yeah.
I'm like, whew, I got it out of my system. Now I can concentrate on my life, my career. And if I meet somebody, I won't be so needy. I won't have this like massive requirement to be sexually stimulated and touched.
Yeah.
I'll be free of that monkey on my back, and I can just get to know them. So I used to have a bit in my act.
It's a good point.
I used to have a bit in my act about, like, if you have any critical decisions in your life, this is my advice. Jerk off first, then think about it. Because there's been, I've had this happen in my life where I was about to go on a date with a girl, and I jerked off instead. And I was like, what am I thinking? I don't want to go on a date with her. She's annoying. I don't like anything about her. I can't talk to her about anything. Like, the only reason why I'm doing this is because she's got a big ass. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But if you jerk off first, you don't go through all that.
Yeah, I guess for me it became addictive where I would just do that every time, and then I was just at home for 5 years and didn't, go do any dates or anything.
That's definitely not good.
Right, and so I guess that's the difference. If you get addicted to it and you find that it's just a repeat pattern, so you're not spending time with people at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's without value. I don't think that looking at naked people having sex, which is arousing and that feels good, I don't think that's without value. But I think there's definitely a danger in like immediate access to pornography. And today it's the most immediate access because you get it on your phone.
Oh, you can get it, yeah.
You pull up your laptop, open it up, type in some words, youporn.com, blah, 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 and next thing you know, you're beating off. It's so easy. And this has never been the case before. I mean, it's unlike any other time period in human history. And when you have instant access to things, you can abuse it, just like people abuse food. If you have a cabinet that is just filled with candy and chips, chocolate bars, and soda in the refrigerator, if you're just one of those people that can't help themselves, you don't have any discipline, you will just eat all that shit all day long and get fat. And that is just as much of an addiction as someone who has access to porn all the time and just beats off all the time, or someone who has access to booze and just wants to get fucked up every day. All those things are okay, though, in moderation if you have discipline.
Right.
Like, there's nothing wrong with having a bag of M&Ms every now and then for a fucking, like, I feel like having some M&Ms. Who gives a shit? I work out all the time. I eat my vegetables.
I like peanut M&Ms.
Yeah. Those are my favorite.
They're good, huh?
And you kind of trick yourself. I'm getting a little protein.
Yeah, they put that trick in the middle.
Getting some healthy fats with that peanut.
But I get, it's a good
know what
point.
I'm saying?
I just feel like we're at the point, for me, it seems like, where the temptation is too powerful, where it's starting to overpower whatever, well, for me, it was whatever my natural abilities to defend against it were.